welcome to Daily Exercise with Danica. Today we are going to work on our hands. So all of us should be working on our hands pretty regularly, not just as we age, but throughout life. We use our hands, of course, so much and tend to neglect the over 30 muscles in our hands that we use for everyday life. So let's go ahead and do just a warm up here. You'll see my animals in the back, so keep you entertained with the chickens and the dogs. So let's warm up here by opening those fingers and then making a fist and pulling back. And then we want to open up the hands and pull them back in. So we're just creating some blood flow here, creating a little bit of strength as well as range of motion through those hands, through those wrists. So when we open up those hands, we want to flex and really open up, point those fingers to the sky, and then pull them back in. Of course, our posture is good too. We're always sitting really tall to get the best posture we can get while we're doing all of these exercises. Let's do 2 more. Really warming up those hands, lubricating those joints in the hands. Then we're going to hold the hands out and point the fingers down and point the fingers up. We're just building some strength and flexibility in the wrists now. So we want to make sure those wrists are nice and flexible. And then we'll circle the hands in both directions. Here, and then great. So from here, let's make a claw. So we want to take those fingertips to the pad or the base of those fingers and then tuck the thumb in. And then open them up, feel that nice stretch. And then tuck the fingers and the thumb. And then open up. Tuck the fingers in so you have this little claw. Feel the strength building in those fingers. Open wide. Make a claw, tuck the thumb. While we're doing this, don't tense up the shoulders, don't tense up the mouth or jaw. Really focusing on those hands. Feel the strength building and open. We'll do 2 more. Pull in and open. Good. In. So our hands get so much use. Let's wiggle those fingers on the computer, on our phones. So we want to make sure we take care of those hands and fingers as well. So from here, I have the table in front, and then I also have some toys that we're going to use. So if you don't already have a rubber band or these eggs, these are exercise eggs. You don't have to use these. You can use even a towel or anything that you can squeeze onto to develop some strength in between those fingers. These are great, and you can just order them on Amazon. They're exercise eggs, and they come actually with little exercises on the packet as well. So they're great to have around. So let's start with the hands, especially if our hands are a little rigid. It's not just as we age. If we're into sport or computer programming or anything, we can tend to get really tight claw-like hands. So pretty regularly, we want to work on flattening those hands out. So try flattening the hands out. Again, if they're starting like this, working to press the palm down. It seems so simple, but it's really something that we need to work on pretty regularly. So flattening those hands out and then lifting the fingers one at a time. Lifting. And so it may feel kind of hard to work some of those fingers, the ring finger in particular for me, and reaching up and then lift those thumbs and then the fingers. So we're building strength and extending those fingers and lift. And lift. We'll do a few more times through each finger and thumb and up and up and up. Working on that strength for dexterity, flexibility. So think of those fingers and joints getting longer and down. Now scrunch them up and then open them back out. Span those fingers wide. Scrunch them up and open wide. Scrunch up. Open wide. One more. Scrunch up. Open wide. Now we're going to take those fingers and take the pointer finger to the thumb, add a little pressure, open back up. Take the middle finger to the thumb, open back up. Ring finger to thumb, open back up. And pinky to thumb, open back up. Let's go through pinky to thumb. Put a little pressure in there. You want to feel those muscles working, maybe even a little shake in there as those fingers are really working. And open, and then circling the wrists from here. And then what we want to do is take that rubber band. So the thumb is the most arthritic joint in the body. And so To avoid that arthritis from accumulating, or to help just strengthen the joint in general, we want to take that rubber band around the fingers and thumb, and then that hand is flat and the fingers are together, but the hand is flat and they're just not overlapping or too wide here. That rubber band will slide up. So keep the fingers together, and then you're just going to pull the thumb away and hold it. So feel that the hand is still flat, the fingers are flat, and that thumb is just sliding out against that resistance, and then bring it back in. Sliding it out. So watch that posture still, the core is strong. Sliding out and in. Sliding out. And you'll do a comfortable range of motion here. So we want to really not force anything ever, but we do want to challenge. So slow and controlled. You may find each repetition gets a little more range of motion. Don't forget to breathe. Like with any strength training, we're strength training that thumb right now. So we want to make sure we're breathing and not holding that breath. One more. And then we'll switch sides. So we want to wrap that rubber band around. Make sure it's nice and firm. And of course your rubber band will stretch out over time, so you may need to replace that rubber band every once in a while. So open that thumb as wide as you can. You'll feel it in that joint, and then bring it back in. Open wide. So again, this is better to do it. Keep your thumb strong before you get arthritis. Always good to work in prevention rather than trying to fix it after the fact. So keeping those hands strong throughout life, but if you do have arthritis already, it's still going to work good to help strengthen that joint and stabilize around that arthritis. So open that thumb and bring it back in. Again, don't force it. If it begins to get painful, go ahead and stop, stretch, massage it out. We'll do that in just a few more. All together, and out, and in. One more, out and in. So from here, let's do just a little rub in that joint after those muscles were working really hard, just to get that blood flowing here. Kind of break up any scar tissue in there. It'll feel good. Maybe you'll find a little knot and you can rub that knot out, and then fold that thumb in and open it back up. Do that just a couple more times. Open, and then just massage in. And we're strengthening that other thumb while we're massaging too. So it's a win-win. Other side here, we'll massage in there, get in that joint, find any knots, get that blood flow, and then draw the thumb in and open, bring it in and open. One more time, in and open, and then we'll rub in there. Break up that scar tissue. Good, and then we'll just wiggle. And then if we have exercise eggs or anything that kind of is going to be squishy, that is about this size, these eggs come in different resistance. So this is a light resistant, medium resistance, and a little bit stronger resistance, sort of similar to the TheraBands that we use. I'm going to use the light resistance here. You want to relax your shoulders, and we're just going to go through each finger and thumb and squeeze it and squeeze it and squeeze it. Maybe even for a breath. Breath. And then we'll switch sides. We'll go through and squeeze. Feel those muscles working. We want to press pretty firmly in there. Of course, working in a comfortable range of motion, but those fingers may feel weak. It may be really challenging to do this. So we'll go through a few times on each side. Then we'll split the fingers and squeeze in. So in between those fingers, squeeze in, open up, and squeeze in. Yes, you can see those muscles are working. Let's go back through. Squeeze in, open, squeeze, and then make a fist and release. Make a fist and release. Two more. Fist and release, and fist and release. Now let's go through other side. So thumb to pointer, thumb to middle, thumb to ring. This is the weakest one on me. And then thumb to pinky. So you can feel each finger and that strength and where we may need a little extra attention. So go through those fingers, and then we'll go in between and squeeze. Open up and squeeze. Open up and squeeze between, ooh, a lot of movement on that one, and then we'll go back through, squeeze, open, squeeze, and then we'll make a tight fist and relax. Tight fist, tight fist, tight fist. One more squeeze and down. So wiggle those fingers just a little bit now. Feel that blood flowing. Take those hands. Now let's press the hands together. We're gonna lift the elbows, lift the palms, so just the base of the fingers are touching, then the fingertips, then the base, and then the hands come down. Relax the shoulders. We'll do a few more times. Elbows, pull away, then the palms, pull away, and then the fingertips, and then back in, down, and down. One more time, lift out, pull the palms away, so just the base of the fingers. So we're stretching everything back out and down. Interlace the fingers, let's push them out. And then bring in, inhale. So keep those fingers interlaced. Sit tall, deep breath in, exhale, and relax. So that was a little movement for those hands. Hopefully they feel a little bit stronger, maybe looser. They feel a little bit better, more connected to our body. So again, working on those hands, these are easy to do. You don't have to do the whole sequence every day, but some of those exercises, even while you're watching TV or sitting at a stoplight, just doing any of these exercises to help kind of strengthen, bring flexibility and range of motion to all those muscles and joints in the hands. So I will see you soon. Thank you for joining Daily Exercise with Danica. Bye.